Hello guys, what is up? Welcome to a new video. Hope you're all doing alright. Um, now, today is another tech talk. I haven't done one of these in 2 months. Yes, I'm very sorry about that. I've just been rather busy, got all my exams this week, so that is an excuse for me not to upload. And yeah, so pretty much guys, this week's Tech Talk video is AMD versus Intel. This is a big rivalry from about 13-14 years ago when they actually started up in like 1999. That would be more than that. It's like a 20-year rivalry, pretty much. AMD have always copied. Well, I wouldn't say copied, but in the first place, Intel were making CPUs and GPUs. Well, APUs I'm going to call them, because they're like, a CPU is, I don't know what it stands for, but it's just the main thing of your motherboard. If you don't have a CPU, you probably don't have a computer, and if you do, you just won't know, but there will be one in your computer. Anyway, so let's get onto it. So in the beginning, Intel were making APUs and GPUs, and AMD a few years later on were like, oh, these are nice, why don't we copy them? So what they did is they bought a bunch of their APUs and CPUs and started decoding the way of them being made and tried to make them better. They failed in that, and then they tried to make their own and failed in that as well, so they went back to copying them. Nowadays they make their own, but that's how AMD came around, because they used to copy from Intel, which is why a lot of Intel people don't like AMD. I was part of that gang at one time, but I've kind of switched from, like, I wouldn't say I've changed, because I like Intel even though they are overpriced. Some of their CPUs are pretty good. They just need to do 8-core. Like, that's where AMD wins, with their 8-core CPUs. Like, and yeah, it's just amazing, because even with the new the new Intel i5, i7, they need to start up in their game. They haven't, like, AMD were doing 8 cores in 2012. It's 2016 now, they need to step up. But anyway, so you might be thinking to yourself, why do you like AMD for? Because they do a lot more budget and a lot more CPUs than Intel do. With Intel, they do the Celeron, they do the Pentium, they do the Intel i3, they do the Xenon, they do the Intel i5, and they do the Intel i7. And I don't know where I could start with AMD. They do the Athlon, which they've done for many centuries now. They do the FX, which is one I'm going to be picking up at Christmas for my build, because it's a 4-core CPU, and a lot of games like 4-core. Like, to get the best graphical expectations of the game, and to be able to run it smoothly, you really need a 4-core or 8-core. So I'd recommend the FX or the Athlon. The FX is a little bit pricey, coming in at about £90, but to be honest, I'm not going to say any more. And then the Athlon, you can get a decent one for about £60, which is about $80, I'd guess. And for the FX, you probably get one for about $120, which isn't too bad, because it's a quad core. It's got 3.8 gigahertz, which is loads. Intel's most clocked stock CPU, I think, is like 3.7, and that's the highest range of them. But you can overclock it. It's an unlocked CPU, and everything. But I find with AMD, their CPUs are aimed a lot more budget intended, whereas Intel are for the best of the best. if you want the best gaming rig and the best everything, they want you to go with Intel, like, but I don't always think that's the case, because in December, I've said this this is my second video, I'm talking about this now, I'm hopefully going to be building a £350 gaming PC. I'm not going to go through any of the specs, because I know some of my friends have seen my phone, and I've got them all on eBay in my basket at the moment. I know it's a little while away, but I'm not going to get that much money. Well, I'm not going to get £350 for Christmas, so I'm going to have to save up a little bit. But yeah, pretty much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save up all my money, and then at Christmas one of my mates is going to is hopefully going to help me build the nice PC. And yeah, so, but all I'm going to say is the CPU. I'm not going to go through RAM, GPU, anything like that, just because I don't want to give it too much away, otherwise it isn't going to be a big surprise when I do get around to building it. So yeah. So next question, who do I prefer? As I said, I've always been a big fan of Intel. I've always liked their i7 range, their i5s. i3s are decent if you want to build a low budget gaming PC. The Intel Celeron is crap. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're just browsing the internet, then that's fine. My computer used to have that, and then I upgraded to the newest Pentium last year, which is a great CPU. Loads of gaming PCs have it. It's 4-core, everything like that. But yeah, so I big thumbs up to you, Intel, for making some decent CPUs. And then AMD, I've never used, well, I have, I take that back. I've used one AMD CPU, and that was on a really old computer. It was an old Athlon. It was like a 360K, I think it was. I remember stripping down the computer, taking everything out of it, taking it to the dump. That was this year. That was in like January when I did that. I saved the hard drive, put it in mine. It had Windows Vista on it. And it's pretty crap, to be honest, so we just wipe the hard drive and I just keep it now for whatever I want. It was like 120 gig because it was quite old, but that had AMD in it. And yeah, one thing I do like about AMD is that they do GPUs and APUs and CPUs, so you can have an AMD, say like a Athlon 570K, I think there's one of them, that's clocked at like, I don't know, like 3.5 gigahertz, and then you can have a AMD Radeon. I don't know much about AMD GPUs, I only know about Nvidia really, but yeah, so that you could do, I think it's called Crossfire or something, where it like makes your GPU better and it makes your CPU better, and it like crossfires it pretty much. You get a wire, it goes into the back of the GPU and then plugs into one of the sockets on the motherboard, and it's called Crossfire. But yeah, sometimes you don't actually need Crossfire. If you don't want to have it, then you don't. Yeah, I've personally never used it. I've seen like Linus's videos and stuff about it, but I don't know. I've always just been a big fan of Nvidia, and I wouldn't want to change that just because some of their graphics cards are so good. Like, this is another little spoiler for the graphics card maybe. The Nvidia GTX 950 GeForce. I'm getting a limited edition one for mine to match my setup colour. If you don't know what colour that is, it's red and black even. No, not red and black, it's blue and black. It used to be red and black, but I just haven't got around to getting a new mouse mat. I don't even think I will, because there's no point. It's a little border which is red. I'll show you. See that little bit, and that goes all the way around. So I'm not even going to bother about that. Just face it around a bit. So sensitive this. You pull one bit and the bottom goes. But yeah, so I'm not going to bother about the mouse mat. I've got my blue and black steering wheel. My case hopefully will be blue and black. My graphics card will be blue and black. I'm going to have LED lights. It's just going to be so nice. And that will be the real main thing for my setup. The PS4, the main colours on that is blue and black. So everything in my setup, pretty much, my room's blue, and everything else in it is black because my case is black, my phone's black, everything's black apart from me. Yeah, so pretty much it's going to be a blue and black build pretty much, and I can't wait until I can get started doing that. I'm going to start buying things in little bits because like some of the fans I can buy now. So I'm going to do that and just put them in storage for now, just somewhere in my room. I'm not really sure where. But yeah, guys, going back to AMD and Intel, what would I recommend? Well, it depends really on what build you would be doing. If you're doing a build like me and it's sub £500, I would probably go with what your motherboard has. My motherboard that I'm getting supports AMD and Intel. Some just do AMD, some do Intel. But you really have to check. What I had to do is I had to ask the seller, what does this chipboard support, and he said they support both. So yeah, but sometimes it can just be if you like the motherboard and it only supports AMD, sometimes you will have to go with AMD, but to be honest, it's up to you what you go with. I would recommend, I'm not sure, I like them both because Intel are good, but they don't do 8-core. AMD are good because they do 8-core, but they do get hot, so you will have to buy a heatsink if you're going to do like any overclocking or anything, which is something I won't be doing, not with 4 gigahertz. It's more than enough. It's almost double what's in mine at the moment, and that's fine for what I do. Editing videos, it's fine. Anything. I can pretty much do most things on my computer apart from overclock, which is fine. So here goes. So the next thing, heat. Yeah, a big problem with AMD is the heat they give off. Most normal motherboards, most normal CPUs will give off about 50 to 60 degrees Celsius in heat, which is double what England gets in the summer, so it can get quite hot, a CPU, but if you have a fan or a cooler or water cooling, that's going to be fine. With PCs, about the normal temperature outside in the summer, so not now, but in about 3-4 months when we're proper into the summer, it's going to be about 30 degrees hopefully, and if your CPU's double that, that's going to be fine. If it's triple that, you've got a problem. With AMD though, like some of their chipsets, they can get up to over 100 degrees, and if you're overclocking on 100 degrees, you're going to fry a CPU. There's no point. You're better off going. It's just what you do. I don't do any overclocking, and I don't plan to overclock my CPU because I really don't need to. I'll probably overclock my GPU, but it really just depends on my power supply because it's only a 500 watt. Don't know what Jack's on about, but yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, it's been going on for 15 minutes. I'm not going to do another 5-10 minutes, there's no point, but I'm really sorry that I haven't been uploading recently. Um, thanks for all the support on my Will review. Actually, I was just scrolling through YouTube, went on my channel to upload a video, which I'm uploading at the moment, and I went on my channel and I was like, 500 views, you even laugh. I clicked on it and it's got like it's got about 5 comments, which is good for me. And it was all great support. It had 4 likes, it had 2 dislikes, which is fine. But I just want to thank you guys for the support on that video and on some of my other videos. Because I haven't been here and I've gained 7 subscribers. Oh, I sound so cheesy. It's just embarrassing. I know it's only 7 people, but it's my channel. I don't upload that often. I'm really sorry about that. I know people are always asking me at school and stuff, Ben, where's the next video? Where's the next video? And I'm just like, I haven't got time for that at the moment. And school comes before YouTube, unfortunately. Especially as I've been doing it for so long now. It's just one of them things that it's not a hassle to do, but to make a video, edit it, get it on YouTube with my internet speed is long. It can take up to 2-3 hours to upload a 10-minute video, which is not fun when you're on your computer and you've just got a little rendering bar. And if you haven't got much RAM, I've only got 4 gig, but that's it's all right. But when you're rendering a video, you really want 32 or 16. I know that's a bit overkill, but that's what I'm putting in to my next build, and that's enough spoilers for the year. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you all next time in the next Tech Talk. Hopefully it'll be next Wednesday. If it isn't, remind me. I was going to say something else, but I couldn't think of what. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you later. Bye. Yeah.